Well, we are now live and welcome to our Wellness Challenge info session number 5. We're very excited to be, I always want to say celebrating our theme of the week because I love going through our How's Your 5 themes and deep diving a little bit more into each topic. And this week, our topic for week number 5 is sleep. And I feel like talking with lots of people in the community. My two guests will add more to this as we go on, but people have struggled a bit with the world of sleep, with some of the changes that we're going through in our world with COVID, and that's an extremely normal thing to be struggling with. And I think sleep in general is something that we have good nights and bad nights of, depending on what's happening in our lives, what's going on. Some people suffer from insomnia or different things. So we're hoping that you will walk away tonight with some great information, some tips for a better sleep, ways to wind down, and just having Mary on our committee, love our partnership with the High River Library. And anytime, I don't know about you as an adult, Tracy, maybe you feel the same way too, but when was the last time as an adult we've had somebody read us a bedtime story? Like, I couldn't even tell you when, right? So
no idea.
Remember the magic of that as a child, like when you'd all get, and I think those of us who are parents, we still get to live that out a little bit by giving that magic to our children with a bedtime story. But I think there's some real big benefits as adults. So please welcome to our info session tonight, Mary Zezelenchuk from the High River Library. Did I say that right?
You did, absolutely.
I didn't even look at the phonetic till right now. I just call her Mary Z because it's a lot easier, and she's here to help with the Z's. So it's totally benefiting us tonight. And Tracy Morgan is back with Town of High River Parks and Recreation. So ladies, thank you for connecting with us and our crew, for learning a little bit more about sleep. And outside of I'm so excited for the bedtime story, I can't even tell you, but there's actually benefits and science behind the benefits of reading a bedtime story, isn't there?
There absolutely is. So I'm here to tell you about a few of the ways that reading before bed can benefit your sleep, whether it's being read to, whether it's listening to an audiobook, or whether it's reading an actual book. So developing a bedtime routine is one of the keys to sort of excellent sleep and daytime alertness. It helps your body relax and recognize it's time to sleep. And reading before bed can be a great natural part of kind of winding down for the night. Some great reasons to read include avoiding screen time before bed. I think everybody's familiar with that one, that the blue light from screens can interrupt sleeping. And also you tend to get caught up in things and also stay up too late, which can also happen with a book, but you know.
Yeah, guilty? Yeah.
Once in a while that happens. But anyway, a paper book can be a great way to read that's not scrolling through your phone. The other way would be to download an audiobook and to set a sleep timer so that when the book turns off when you're ready to rest, but you're still reading before bed. Because surprisingly, the format of a book actually doesn't matter in terms of reading comprehension or in terms of understanding and enjoyment of the material. So stories both read or listened to affect the brain in the same way. There was a study in 2019 that showed that words activate the same brain regions with the same intensity regardless of the type of input, whether it's audio or whether it's reading from a printed page. And if you're attached to your tablet, if you only read ebooks, well, it's possible to gear down for bed with that too. It's just a little more difficult. You should dim your screen as much as possible, or use a blue light blocking setting and set a limit to your reading time. Another reason to read is it's easing tension and kind of forgetting the stress of the day. There was a widely cited study in 2009 from the University of Sussex, which found that reading reduced stress by up to 68%. And reading worked both better and faster than a bunch of other stress relievers. So it was better than going for a walk. It was better than listening to music. It was better than having a warm drink before bed. all of those things took longer to sort of gear down your heart rate and bring you back to general health. And you don't even have to read for a long time. 6 minutes of reading is enough to do that.
Really?
So yeah, so if you're tired before bed, just grab something short, a children's book, a short story, a book of poetry. It doesn't have to be something long and involved and complicated. And maybe even it shouldn't be complicated before bed.
Maybe don't pick up War and Peace tonight. Go a little lighter. Yeah.
I don't know. I think War and Peace might put me to sleep.
I have not read it, but I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. That one, I think I'm going to stick with the miniseries. Also, reading can be a fantastic way to get through your to-be-read pile, which anybody who reads has one. Right now, BookNet Canada has reported that 58% of people who read are saying that they're reading more than they did before the pandemic. So you're probably powering through that list. But even under normal circumstances, I mean, that period before bedtime is a great opportunity for uninterrupted reading. Reading also builds concentration, vocabulary, reading, and potentially battles against cognitive decline. There are a range of studies around that as well. You can think of it as a workout for your brain.
I like it.
Yeah. It builds extra processing power. It compensates for the loss of brain cells due to aging or disease. And nighttime's a time with fewer distractions, so your reading can be focused and effective at that point in time. Reading can improve empathy. Reading about people from different places, different cultures, different perspectives can help you understand more about yourself, your relationships, your neighbors, your friends. And so that also is a positive benefit of reading anytime, not just before bed. And I guess the other thing is reading, unlike COVID-19, is contagious in a good way. So as a parent or as any sort of relative or caregiver, you're a child's role model. And so if you read to your children, if you give them access to books, if you read yourself, they'll model that behavior because they see you doing it. And in addition, reading to your little one supports brain development, vocabulary building. It encourages creativity, teaches your child about emotion and communication, and is a sort of special family bonding time. I mean, you spoke earlier about the value and the magic of having that bedtime story time with your child, and I think it really is. It builds those relationships further and associates reading in a positive way to your child as well. And reading's a habit like any other, so you can build it in various ways. But honestly, I do it by always having a book with me, whether it's a paper book or on my phone. If I'm in line at the grocery store and it's taking too long, I whip out my phone, and I'm not playing a game on there. I'm reading the novel that I have downloaded from the library. So look for books that you love, or your child loves, for that matter. The more interested you are in a topic, the more likely you are to keep reading. And if a book doesn't grab you, don't feel guilty at all about abandoning it. Because even if you're a heavy reader, you're probably not going to read more than 7,000 books in your lifetime.
I have so much book guilt. Thank you for releasing that tonight. Oh my God.
Me too.
Yeah.
Never. There are over 500,000 books published in English every single year. You're not going to make a dent in those. So you throw one out the window, there's another one waiting for you.
Maybe don't throw it out the window. Put it in a book bungalow or pay it forward or something. But
I don't know. I mean, I guess somebody else might like it if you don't like it. But what if you find it so boring that nobody else would like it either?
I don't know. I find being afraid is the joy, even the joy of connecting with people in this time through a book club. And how many people in a book club were like, oh, I loved this story. And you were like, really? Like Trace, our book club that read Michelle Obama's book, that was I'm sorry, Michelle Obama, that was the most boring book. And I haven't finished it. And I keep it by the bed because I have this guilt that I owe Michelle Obama to finish her darn story, but it's so boring. Like,
I haven't read it at all
how
myself.
is someone so dynamic write such a boring book? Oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah. I'm so
Well,
glad I'm going to
that's
just release it and I don't have to finish it. But
exactly. That's
if
what
you
makes book
donate
club
it to
fun.
a book bungalow, nobody will know that you gave it away. So there would be
Well,
no
that's
insulting.
true.
you
That's
don't have
true.
to put a little note like, I'm sorry, this was the worst book ever, but please enjoy.
Well, that's the other thing, right? You don't have to choose popular bestsellers. They can be on anything that you like. The most important thing is that the topic and the author are interesting to you. Um, and also, again, before bed, don't pick something that is going to upset you. Maybe don't read news-based books. Maybe don't, depending on how sensitive you are to those things, maybe don't read mystery or suspense or horror novels. Because you could just get geared up. I myself, I listen to podcasts about serial killers before bed, but
Everybody's different. See, you just proved
exactly.
that.
I find it really soothing somehow. But yeah, I don't know. Most readers also they get they discover books through bookstores, through libraries, through word of mouth, online. And as a representative of the library, I'd like to say, you know what? Ask us for suggestions. If you don't know what to read, we're happy to try to match you up with the right reader with the right book. There's a certain joy in that when somebody comes back and says, hey, I really enjoyed that book. Could you find me more books by that author or more books of that type? So that's something that we can help you out with at the library as well with your bedtime reading. But anyway, I I don't have a heck of a lot else to say except I'm so happy to be here, and I'm and do read for pleasure, because the more that you enjoy your reading, the more you'll want to read, and again, don't stay up all night.
That's my problem. How many books do you have beside the bed right now? What does your stack look like?
I actually only have a couple, but I have a whole bunch of ebook holds that keep coming in. And then I have like 4 books at once, and I'm like, oh, am I going to get to this one? And it's not exactly a state of panic, but a little bit of a state of panic.
And how about you, Tracy? Are you a big reader? Do you got a stack by the bed too?
I absolutely have a stack by the bed, although I'm not an avid reader like I would like to be. So I've probably read more during this COVID vacation than I do normally. I really enjoy reading on topics like, self-care and meditation and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I have a stack.
You're not going to divulge how many? Or you don't know?
Probably, I would say 7.
I think I'm trying to read
A higher stack than the librarian.
3 or 4. I know. That's like, maybe you missed your calling. Mary, before you jump in to read us the story tonight, just a couple quick questions, if I could, in case people are curious about how library works during COVID right now. And I think those who probably have always been a library card holder, they're probably versed and they know what they're doing. But maybe if they're thinking like, I'd like to read more, or I've went through my stack by the bed and now what? How does library activity work during this time?
Sure. You can go to our website, so that's highriverlibrary.ca, and right now you can sign up for a card for free on the website. There's a form to fill out, and then we get back to you within 48 hours with your library barcode and your PIN. And that is your key to accessing library e-resources. So there's an e-resource tab on the library website, and that's where you can see that you can get ebooks, you can get e-audiobooks, you can get e-magazines, you can get streaming video, and you can get comic books online. You can get you can research your history. Ancestry.com through the library is free from home right now. You can take training courses for work. So lynda.com or LinkedIn Learning is also free with your library membership. So you can, if you want to learn how to, I don't know, if you want to learn the ins and outs of Excel while you're working from home, you can do that. Or if you want to learn how to do basic video editing or various other sort of software and career-oriented programs, those are available on lynda.com, and a range of other resources.
That's cool. Well, that's good to know. Gosh, we should have had you at week 1. But there's still time, because with the wellness challenge, right, we do 6 weeks, but it's so that you create these great habits and keep carrying them forward in your life. So we'll have those opportunities. When it comes to, I guess, and I might put you a bit on the spot with this because I didn't ask you before we went live. So if you don't know the answer, please know I'm putting Mary on the spot right now. But what happens with libraries moving forward? Have you guys sort of figured out what that plan looks like? Because do people worry about that? Will it be something that we still have to figure out? What does the future of our library look like?
Well, I think right now, in terms of the immediate future, libraries are being considered as part of phase 2 of reopening the economy, which will happen no earlier than June 19th. And at that point in time, there again, it's like with everything else, that we have the option to open completely, or whatever date it is, because June 19th isn't a firm date, but we have the option to open our doors, or we have the option to offer modified services. I am happy to say that as of June 1st, the High River Library will be offering curbside services. So if you are a reader of physical books, the library will be available at that point in time. The way it'll work is you will reserve online, or you will call the library to reserve something, and then we'll give you a call when it's ready. And then we'll put a bag outside the front door for contactless, pickup. When you're in the parking, if you phone from the parking lot or phone just before you leave home. And that's the way we're going to work it for the next little while. And there may, in fact, be an extended period of curbside service. I'm not sure. So it may extend to the end of June or even into July, depending on how we can ensure both staff safety and public safety. So I'm hopeful that we can do some of those things going forward. We're still working out whether how the summer reading program will go ahead, I guess. There again, I'm not sure that we'll be able to hold in-person activities for some time, but we're working on a reopening plan, I guess is what I would say.
So people just check back at the library, like you're going to continue to update whether they call or check your website or what that looks like. And what about, so I've got one more question that again is just because it's curious minds want to know, and we've got quite a few people watching and joining us on live tonight, so thank you. But what about when it comes to the safety of the book? When you sign it out, do you let it sit for a few days? Is that how it will happen when we return it back? In case people are curious if they're feeling unsure about signing out that book?
Well, right now, all of the directives that I have about virus survival on surfaces is that the virus can survive for up to 72 hours. That said, everything has been quarantined in the library since there's no interlibrary loan service right now, I'll tell you that. Zero interlibrary loan service. So even when we start curbside, it will have to be for items that are held in the High River Library right now. So they have to be owned by the library, they have to be on the shelf in order for us to loan them out. And so everything in the library has been on the shelf and untouched since March 16th, I think. So it should be good to go. And for returns, our plan is to accept returns only 1 day a week. Right now, I'm thinking it's Tuesdays from morning till night, and then we'll block off the book return and leave those items to sit for 7 days before staff handle them and before they go out again.
Yeah, makes sense. So sorry to derail the
no.
tips of sleeping, but I just thought
having an extended period of quarantine for those items does make sense. And our loan periods will also extend to 6 weeks rather than 3 weeks. So
very good. All right. Well, thank you for sharing the benefits of sleeping and benefits of sleeping. Though there's so many benefits to sleeping, like please try to do that every day. This is why we bring in professionals to do this, not me. The benefits of bedtime stories. And so you're going to read us a bedtime story tonight. What story are you going to read us?
Absolutely. Well, I have Pepper and Poe by Fran Preston Gannon. And it's a story about encountering something new and friendship. I'll see if I can angle the computer screen down just so you can see it, because it does have lovely illustrations. So here is Pepper's person, and here is Pepper. Pepper loved Sundays. Pepper loved Mondays too. Tuesdays were usually pretty enjoyable. But Wednesday, something changed. What do you think changed? Look what I have for you. I don't like it. Thursday was a bad day. On Friday, things got even worse. Mine. Saturday was nearly impossible. Pepper needed to get away. And there's Pepper hiding out. Poor Pepper. Meow. Crash. Everything went falling down, including Poe. Meow. Don't be scared. Who made this mess? He did. Bad doggy. Pepper and Poe both loved Sundays. And there we have it, a story of feline friendship.
Hooray!
Good night,
Okay.
everyone.
Who wants Mary to read books to them every night? Hit the like and the love buttons right now on Facebook as you're watching, or if you catch this video later, make sure you send up the love bubbles. That was awesome. And you even do like voices and meowing and everything. Like, was that, I was sick. I should have worn my pajamas.
Cat owner without doing that.
was so great. Thank you for sharing that story with us tonight.
You're welcome.
So good. Awesome. Now we're gonna switch gears a little. So we're relaxed from a great story, and looking for maybe some other tips to getting a great sleep or suggestions or however. I know Tracy, you've got a great passion for mindfulness and unwinding, and a great. That's why we were so excited that you wanted to come and join us tonight, is just sharing a lot of those tips and tricks that you have. So I'm going to turn it over to you now to take over and help us get a better night's sleep.
Well, thank you very much. And that was an awesome story. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Mary. What's that?
I said, you're welcome.
Oh. Yes, I have a passion for mindfulness and meditation, but more so as I evolve, it's for self-care and just allowing people to be okay with self-care and not feel guilty. So many times we feel guilty for, taking care of ourselves. And they say that the more we take care of ourselves, the more we are able to be there for the people that we love. So I have a couple things I'm going to share today. So I have 15 bedtime rituals for a better sleep. So number one is clean your room. I'm sure we've all heard a cluttered mind and a cluttered space go hand in hand. So if you make sure that you have a nice, clean, decluttered room, you'll feel a lot more comfortable. Straighten up your bookshelf, put away your clothes, clean up your desk, whatever you need to do to, calm your bedroom and then hopefully calm your mind. Dim your lights. Your brain is wired to be awake during the light time and then asleep at nighttime. So we want to make sure that we're not sitting in a bright light, well, like I am. Apparently I'm looking at my screen seeing my face is illuminated, but so we want to just settle down that light. In a dark room, your body tends to produce more melatonin, and that's what helps us. That is the hormone that helps us relax our bodies and fall asleep. Drawing or writing helps us wind down after a stressful day. It keeps your hands busy and therefore relaxes your mind. Drinking a warm beverage. So a lot of people, there's a myth out there that drinking milk before bed makes us sleepy. That's not really true, but warming up your insides does. So having a nice warm glass of water, milk, tea, whatever makes you feel good. Journal. A lot of people find it useful to do kind of a quick review of their day and just get everything out. Quite often we'll wake up in the middle of the night kind of rehashing what happened that day. So getting it out on paper allows us to just release it from our minds. Another great thing, we've talked and heard Oprah saying our grateful journals. So write down things that you're grateful for, and you'll notice that if you start to write them down at night, throughout the day you start to recall, and then in the moment you're grateful for things. So that's also a wonderful thing to do. Make your to-do list. I'm sure there's people out there that at 3 o'clock in the morning they wake up and think, okay, I've got to do this and do that and make sure that I tell this person that. So write your to-do list before you go to sleep, and then you don't have to go through your to-do list in your sleep. Of course, I have to say meditation because I'm such a huge advocate for it. There's lots of great YouTube videos out there that introduce people to meditation, and meditation isn't as scary as it sounds. Another word that you can call it is just a relaxation. Reading a book is on my list, and Mary went through that a little bit earlier and had some really great points. Doing a stretch, taking a couple of moments to do a yoga flow or just a few stretches before you go to bed just helps release any stiff muscles so that your body can then settle down. Taking a warm shower or bath helps your muscles relax and eases your tension. Turning down the temperature in a room, even though our body likes to be a little bit warm as we fall asleep, while we're sleeping, our body actually likes to stay a little cooler. And I know that if I have a human furnace that sleeps beside me, and when he is hot and dreaming away like crazy, I know sometimes I wake up and have to take the covers off. So um, don't make that any dirtier than it is. Turning off your electronics. Mary talked a lot about that. So making sure that you're not watching that blue screen just before you fall asleep. A good rule of thumb is turning it off about an hour before you want to fall asleep. And the last things on my list are turning on some white noise. So there's these special machines you can buy that have white noise, but you don't need those machines. It can come from a fan, gentle music, or simply just the sound from the street outside, or the snoring from my human furnace. That'll help me settle down and rhythmically fall asleep. I added this to the list, is 3 deep breaths before you fall asleep. I watched a Dr. Oz show one time, and the doctor was saying that 3 deep breaths, getting oxygen into our body, automatically helps our bodies relax. And it's kind of like a baby. They say that after they do 3 yawns, it's too late to fall asleep. Well, I think it's along that same premise of getting the oxygen into our bodies and releasing some of that melatonin to help us fall asleep. So I have a little relaxation. So what I would like everybody to do is just kind of settle yourself in and relax. And no matter where you are, just kind of relax your hands on your legs and find yourself in a really comfortable position. Oh, there's a kitty cat there. That's good too. And we're going to do a bit of a body scan. So quite often we hold stress in our bodies, and we're not quite sure where we're holding them. We just feel our bodies a bit achy. So what I'd like everybody to do is just close your eyes and relax. Whether it be in a chair, or perhaps you're laying down on the couch. Maybe you're on a yoga mat watching this presentation. Wherever you are, I'd just like you to close your eyes and take a little time for yourself. There's nowhere to go and nothing to do or see right now. This moment is all about you. I'd like you to take a nice deep breath slowly in through your nose. Feel your abdomen moving outwards as your diaphragm contracts. You draw air in and then let it go. And we're going to do this one more time, and I'd like you to imagine that your lungs are like a balloon. I want you to take a nice deep breath in, filling that balloon completely, and then allow all the air to escape and emptying that balloon fully. And I'd like you to do this 3 times. And every time you're becoming a little more relaxed, a little more grounded. And now I'd like you to move into a nice, natural breath. In and out. Just like you do all day long without even thinking about it. Nice, natural breath. And if you can, slow it down a little. And while you're breathing slowly and gently, I'd like you to direct your attention to your feet. Feel your feet. Curl your toes. Focus all your attention to them. And then relax them. Really feel the sensations in your feet and simply become aware of them. Scan your lower leg. Accept any tension or discomfort. And I'd like you to mentally say the word relax. And allow your leg to completely relax. Now scanning slowly up through your thigh. And if while we're doing this exercise thoughts appear, that's fine. Just gently bring yourself back to your breath and my words. And now we're going to shift your awareness up to your hips. Scanning your hips for any tension or unwanted sensation. Slowly inhale. And when you exhale, allow all the stress and tension that you carry in your hips to release. Now focusing on your back, your lower back and your upper back. Breathing in relaxation, breathing out tension. Mentally say the word relax. You feel your shoulders releasing and relaxing your entire back. Quite often we store a lot of tension between our shoulder blades. I call it my backpack of stress. Focus on that area and allow it to soften and let go. Now focus on your stomach. Feel it rising as you breathe in and sinking as you exhale. Nice and slow. Your heartbeat has probably slowed down now, and that's okay. This is normal. Just remain aware of your abdomen area and the breath that comes into that area. Up and down. Becoming aware of the sensations and relax. Now follow the same thing with your arms. Relax your arms from your shoulders all the way to your fingertips, allowing everything to just relax. To help you focus, make a gentle fist with your hands, bringing awareness to them. Breathe and let go of all the sensations from your shoulders all the way to your hands. Now scanning up along the length of your arm to your chest. Remain there and breathe. Sense and scan and relax. Coming back up to your chest, relaxing your strong chest muscles. Continue scanning up to your neck and to your face. Gently clench your jaws and you release. Feel the sensation in your jaw and your cheeks, around your eyes, and soften your forehead. Allow your entire face to soften. Take a nice deep breath in and release. Your entire body feels relaxed and calm from your head to your toes. Your entire body just feels calm. Enjoy how relaxed everything feels. Allow your body to completely rely on the chair or couch or mat. Just surrender yourself to it. Scan from the top of your head to your toes and relax. I'd like you to breathe for 20 more seconds and just feel how wonderful your body is and relaxed it is. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Well, I hope you were able to follow along today. I chose this one to do because it's fairly easy. You're just moving from body part to body part, from your toes all the way up, and then relaxing your whole body. And this is really something that everyone can do before you fall asleep at night, or try to fall asleep. That's it.
That was lovely.
You're talking really slowly, Jody.
I know, I was like, I want to cheer for you, but I'm just going to go to sleep instead. You found the way to calm the crazy of Jody Seeley. Good luck. Good work, my friend. Yeah. That was amazing.
Thank you.
I
feel awesome. How about you, Mary? Yeah.
So relaxed. You're
now
done.
let's just go to bed, everybody. It's all good. Yeah. Thank you, ladies, for joining us on our info session this week and sharing some tips and tricks and sleeping. And Tracy, I hope you'll share. I would feel like I was writing notes while you were talking with your bedtime rituals. So if you could share those on the Facebook page, that would be so awesome and I think really helpful. And everybody needs to remember to go, if you didn't already get your free library card, go onto the High River Library website and get your free card. And yeah, thanks. So
Thank you.
chill. So good. So thanks. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Make sure you share this onto your social media, comment below, get those 5 bonus points, and finish strong on week number 5. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.